we're going to talk about, can you forgive a person for cheating?
Don't everybody talk at once. Don't everybody talk at once.
And crickets.
Shit.
You're gonna defer to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh wow! I think. Well, first of all, this is a pretty heavy topic. I think it's an ongoing topic. It's an ongoing debate. Why? Because men and women are so different. We think so different. I personally believe that it depends on where you are in your own personal growth and development, and what you are seeking to get out of life. Someone once told me that, marriage, is just another relationship. And so I kind of paused because I said, if it was just another relationship, then why would God put so much emphasis on it in the Bible? Why is, the vast majority of single people desiring to have, a marriage or to be in some sort of committed relationship? But when we think about the topic of, cheating and forgiveness, it takes a special kind of person.
Yes.
It takes a special kind of love. It takes two individuals that, are capable, right? And so it really depends on how vested you are in the relationship that you're in. Are you, were you halfway out the door when the scenario occurred?
Right.
Or were you, all the way in, committed, till death do us part? I think where the challenge becomes is that there's a double standard for men and women. And we hear this all the time. I posted something the other day that talked about kind of the issues that men are plagued with, and what they seem to me to be the same issues that women are plagued with. The only difference is you guys seemingly come from a place of logic, where we come from a place of emotion. But both men and women flex in both feminine and masculinity, right? So when we think about, yes, I got a book for you, bro.
Feminine?
Feminine, and both men and women have feminine and masculine energy, right? They do. And the interesting part of that is when you're in relationship mode, you both can't be flexing in, feminine energy at the same time or masculine energy at the same time. It just does not work very well. But when we think about the double standards, I always ask, because, these are conversations that I have with my female friends. And these are conversations that I've had with female friends that have been in relationships where cheating has occurred.
Okay.
Some choose to say, some choose to, part ways. It just depends on the individual. But the question that always comes up with my female friends is the double standard. Why does it seem like, we can be loyal and maybe times have changed? I know the genius down there is going to hit me with that. But, that we seemingly are more accepting, more forgiving of the crime. But when it comes to our man counterpart, you seemingly cannot handle it.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to put the question back on you guys.
It's not a yes or no for me. Like whether you can or you can't. Okay. You brought up a lot of good things right there. Like, how long have you been together? There's so many different things you could look at. Like if you've been married 10 years, I'm just throwing that out there. You got children, and somebody, significant cheats or whatever. Your thought process might be, I don't want to ruin what I have because we have a family. But then also it's like, what in my mind it's like, how did you cheat on me? Were you emotionally involved with this person?
So you think that makes a difference?
It may, like you said, it's based on the person,
right,
and the circumstance. Because I know traditionally back in the day there was a lot of bad marriages that happened, and people stayed with their significant other just for their family. And I don't think that that's a good thing, but I understood the mindset behind that man or woman.
I think most people that stay together, beyond the act or the crime, stay together because they genuinely love each other. I don't believe that it has anything to do. I mean, and I'm not going to say all of the cases, but the cases that I am familiar with, that it doesn't necessarily have to do with financial stability or the family or that sort of thing. I think there is a genuine love, because in order for you to overcome such a thing, you've got to pull from that love. Do you see what I'm saying? In order to stay together, it's a struggle. You know, you've got to fight. And not only that, you've got to face family, you've got to face friends. I think what people fail to realize is cheating, yes, that is an act between a man and a woman, or, you know, whatever the scenario may be.
Right.
But the whole entire family, the whole system is impacted.
Yes.
Right? And we heard Jay-Z say it best in the 444. You know, when the family is feuding, it is extremely complicated. And so I disagree with you, my friend.
Okay.
That it comes from, particularly if you have some years invested in it. You know, so that's just my thoughts.
I mean,
about
it is definitely hard.
51.
So, thing is, can you forgive? Right? Yes, you can forgive a person, but you motherfucker can't forget. We talk about mental timestamps over and over and over again on this show, right? Mental timestamps. Someone banging my wife that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's in there, man.
Yeah.
You know? And that, hey, man. And so you have to be, what you were saying, you have to be strong. That love got to be strong for you to be like, try to.
You got to have Bobby Whitney love.
To get that up out of it.
Go ahead, Finn.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, you can forgive. But the forgetting part, oh, man, that's tough.
So, I ain't going to speak hypothetically. I ain't going to speak in scenarios. I'm going to tell you straight up from right here. No, I will not forgive you for cheating. As a matter of fact, it really just depends on how much I love you. Like, for my wife right now, if she was to do something like that, I'd probably kill her.
Damn!
Like, on some real shit. You know what I mean? Just straight up. You know what I mean? This gangbanging marriage, only way out is if you die out. You feel me? So that's what we on right now. That's it. Only way out of that. So yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I have been cheated on. So I didn't care about. You was like, did you kill her, Money? No, I didn't kill her. I didn't care about her like that. What I did was I just went on ahead and knocked down her cousin and her friend and her sister. You know what I mean? I just ran through them. Okay, so. I guess it depends on how much you care, but you know, if you don't care, you know what I mean, and it's just a fling. But I guess if it's your significant other, for me, you know what I mean, I got a passionate, obsessive, crazy love. So yeah, little mommy, I wouldn't try nothing crazy.
Because you're a Cancer. That's, you know, we love very deep. Cancers love very, very deep.
I mean,
yeah, that's hard to follow up.
that's great. But it's like, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you could stay in a relationship but not really still love them.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought up the kids and all those other things.
I will say this.
Because you can stay in a marriage and not love somebody.
I'm not staying in a marriage where love does not exist.
Yeah.
I can't. You know, I am not staying. I'm not going to kid myself.
There you go.
I'm not going. Now, there are folks who do it.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
and I do know folks who stay for, you know, a variety of other reasons, money, you know, whatever the case may be, but that's not a marriage, right?
Right.
So I think that, you know, always going back to the foundation, to the Bible, it tells us what a marriage should be comprised of. But, you know, I do want to say one thing, you know, as far as forgiving and forgetting, you're absolutely correct. There are things that we experience in our life that become a part of our DNA, a part of our blueprint. But those things are in essence given to us, right? Because God will not put on us more than what we can bear, right? For us to be able to take that and to use our superpowers for good. You know, you can certainly go out and kill your spouse.
Please
I'm not
don't.
going out to kill my spouse.
Don't encourage
That's
that.
not what I said. That's not what I said.
or you can be a better person.
Right.
You know, you can what I challenge people to do, right? So this becomes a challenge, right? Ask yourself, what role did you play in the scenario? See, we forget about the role that we played in the scenario, right? Some people just do what they do because they do it, right? But then you have to ask the cheater, why did you cheat, right? What was the reason? Because ultimately, the victim in the case, there might have been a role that you actually played. And I'm not saying that it's your fault. When you talked about decisions, we're adults, right? So we either make the wrong decision or the right decision. But somewhere in our convoluted minds, it may tell us that I am doing the thing because my spouse, my significant other, or my partner did a thing or acted a certain way.
Did a thing or not doing something.
Or not
Right.
doing a thing. In a relationship, we all have a role to play.
Yes.
And bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, some of us get really, really lax.
Ooh,
We get lax.
Yeah.
Trey Songz said it best. If I had not slacked up on my pimping, right? If I had not slacked up on my pimping, you would still be here.
Hey, the doc got
with
the
me.
sound bites.
Right? So it's the simple things. If you
Right.
know your spouse like flowers, don't you gotta be the person to give them flowers,
That's
because
it.
as soon as you don't,
somebody will.
those 20 million women we talked
You know
about
what?
in Columbus, Ohio will, or those suited gentlemen, they will. And if you have an ounce of intelligence, you can hop on one foot, and you can bark like a dog. You're good to go, right? Everybody, there is someone in your DM.
Yeah.
There is someone constantly in your ear. I don't care if you're a married woman, a single woman, whatever the case may be, there is always going to be someone who's going to challenge your bond. But I ask everybody to consider, what role did you play in the scenario? And what could you have done? And I'm not saying it's your fault, but what could you have done? Could you cut the crust off the toast in the morning?
I don't think that was it. I think he needs a little bit of more special attention. That's what you could have did.
You know what? This is great perspective, whether you're cheated on or not. Some relationships don't work.
Yeah.
Because of these things.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah. Got to. With that being said,
great.
the great sound bites from the doc.